I had a vision this morning. The Lord showed me 3 generations of men of God. He showed me Bishop David Oyedepo. He showed me Dr. Paul Eneche. And he showed me one other young apostle that is risen now, and they are listening to him more. And the Bishop Oyedepo was speaking. Dr. Paul Eneche was silent. But the youngest minister there was challenging the bishop. And God said, this is what is happening to your generation. This middle generation respected the elders. Your generation is disrespecting the old. When the bishop was rebuking, was talking, Dr. Paul Eneche was silent. But I saw the young apostle. It might not be him. God might not is not showing me that he's that man. But he's saying, this is what is going on in your generation. You talk back at the old. You rebuke your leaders. You challenge fathers. And anytime they try to correct those kind of people, they'll say, I have obeyed the Lord. I know God very well. I have encountered God. I said, the more people are weak in the physical, the more stronger they are in the spiritual. Try it. Women are the most weak vessel, according to the Bible. Touch them. Say they are your wife. You want to beat them. Your evil will close. Is what Peter said. He said, if you beat your wife, your evil will close. Nothing will be, your prayer will not be answered anymore if your wife is crying for your sake. That's how strong women they are. But physically, can't you beat a woman, a man? Some women, okay, not all women. So some have power. And Saul said to Samuel, but I have obeyed the voice of the Lord and gone on the mission on which the Lord sent me and brought by Agag the king of Amalek, and I have utterly destroyed the Amalekites. But the people took the plunder of sheep, oxen. So Samuel said, as the Lord has great delight in burnt offering and sacrifice, as in obeying the voice of the Lord, behold, to obey is better than sacrifice, and to heed than the fat of rams. For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry. Because you have rejected the word of the Lord, he has rejected you from being a king. Meanwhile, he was still sitting on the throne. He was still wearing the crown, but God have rejected him. I told you, when a tree dies from the roots, it might still have fruit for some time. When a tree dies from the roots, you might still see the leaf green. Time will tell. I want to advise you, maintain your relationship by humility and obedience. Because the last time you heard from God is the last time you obeyed him. God does not give another instruction when the first was disobeyed. So maybe God spoke to you in 1980. He said, do this thing, and you didn't do it. He will be silent. Why do ministers fade with seasons? Why do businessmen fade in seasons? Say, we're making it before. We're very rich before. Disobedience make people fade away with seasons and time. It ought not to be so. It's not the plan of God. Anything God puts on a man is supposed to be generational. If God is blessing you in any way, it's supposed to be generational. It shouldn't end with you. But disobedience make fruits and blessings of God to dissolve with seasons and time. So God already got another person, David. Meanwhile, Saul was sitting there. You know, when you off a fan, it will take time before it will stop permanently. You have off it from the switch, but it will be turning around willy. When you off a stove, it can still be hot, but the power is gone. As good as fruit is, don't set your eyes on them. Solomon was advising. He said, my son, when riches come, do not set your heart on them. For money makes wings for themselves and they fly when substances come. Then Saul said to Samuel, I have sinned, for I have transgressed the commandment of the Lord and your words, because I fear the people and obey their voice. Have you seen somebody that say, you rebuke the person say, what is paining me is not the rebuke. In the presence of people, be very careful. Be very careful. I'm telling you. You know, if the devil catch you, the first thing he does is to blindfold you. Do you read your Bible? When they catch Samson, the first thing they did was to remove his eyes, so that you will not be seeing anything you are doing wrong again. Everything you are doing will be right in your own eyes. It's a sign that you are walking to doom. If the devil catch you, you think he will remove your hand, remove your leg. He didn't remove Samson's hand. He didn't remove all his... He remove the eyes. Now you will not be able to know your errors again. So if they say you are wrong, you say, no, I'm right. You'll be right in your own eyes. That is the generation we are in. There's a generation that is right in their own eyes. You can't correct them. They correct the elders. See, that man of God, he has been preaching rubbish for 30 years. If an old man of God should pick up my name and say, David did this, David, I will never respond. Who am I? He's old, for Christ's sake. Who am I to tell an older minister? God promotes men in seasons. He changes men's stories in seasons after they pass through the test of humility and obedience. You can't break that protocol. That's what makes you a son. I say, when you come to the school of sonship, you are not promoted by the ability to do all things. You are promoted by obedience. Now, we saw Saul there. Say, oh, I did everything. Now, that was not the worst. Okay, look at that. He said the people Therefore, please pardon my sin and return with me that I may worship the Lord. Not that he really wants to worship. See why he said it. But Samuel said to Saul, I will not return with you, for you have rejected the word of the Lord, and the Lord has rejected you from being a king over Israel. And Samuel turned around to go away. Saul seized the edge of his robe and tore it. So Samuel said to him, the Lord has torn the kingdom of Israel from you today, and has given it to a neighbor of yours who is better than you. And also the strength of Israel will not lie nor relent, for he is not a man that he should relent. Then he said, I have sinned, but yet honor me, please, before the elders and my people. He's not even thinking about God. He's thinking about the people that are there. He's telling the prophet, please don't walk away from me now. See, people are looking at me. Don't correct me now in their presence. That is how you know you are walking in pride. When you are not seeing the correction, you are seeing the people that are looking at you when you are being corrected.